following on from last year where it did get a bit tight sort of middle of the year, so we hunkered down and looked at what we did and did well, and we expanded or solidified our New Zealand operation. So we're going to concentrate on moving that forward. And our focus for the year is really to try and duplicate what we're doing in New Zealand in Australia.
Selling more in the US. We have got such a huge opportunity there. We understand the market, we've got very good channels, strong channels, and we've got an enormous amount of potential. So our focus is on execution in growing the revenue.
Increase our business in Auckland, increase our business in Australia, certainly get first users of our product that we've brought to market. It's about looking 2 to 3 years out and reflecting your strategy in terms of those, saying if that's where we want to be in 2 or 3 years' time, what are the sort of steps we've got to take now so that we're ready when it's there.
The imperatives at the moment within businesses, enterprises, is to get closer to their customers, be able to bring products to market quicker, and to understand how their customers are behaving better than their competitors. So that's where we're placing most of our focus as well.
It's fantastic to have all of your people understand the whole breadth of your solution, but we've carried that a little bit too much into the way we run projects and things, where we've let the structure slip away a wee bit. So we're going to sort of restructure the organisation so that we do have specific skills for specific things, whilst we have generalists for the development area.
Getting a reference off your existing clients is a really good place to start. We've got somebody over in Australia right now working with our client on the program of work for this year. It's as simple as saying to them, who else would you, who else can you refer us to?
Because it's right next door to us. We can go over there and just talk to industry players and see how it all works without having to wait for, in Europe we have to wait for the guy that actually wants our stuff, which gives us the permission in our own minds to go and spend the money to go and see him.
Some of it's about understanding what sort of organisations you've dealt with here who like your solution set and what you do. What are those organisations in Australia?
We're working with this type of company in New Zealand, can I find the exact same thing over in Australia?
We're working at the complex end of the employee remuneration market space, and there's significant potential to add more functionality through software, increase productivity.
As we've grown quite quickly, particularly in the sales side, we've lost sight of our sales model. Much of our success was due to the very structured way we approached every sale. We're just working right now to put that back into play so that we become a much more structured animal in that very important phase of selling.
It's not necessarily about having more salespeople and more marketing people in the field, but it's certainly about operating more smartly, I guess. So market intelligence, looking at what trends are happening and anticipating those, continuing to maintain relationships, and again being in a position where we're saying to our customers, when you're ready to move, we're right there for you, rather than long and protracted sort of process.
We understand that you've got to keep improving. You can't ever rest on your laurels. That process of continuous improvement requires that you review the way you're doing things.
It takes a long time to get a sales guy or girl to the point where they're very productive. Basically a year. Well, that's the point we're at. So the ACMs have been in the field about a year, about 14 months. Now I really want to see the numbers out of them. They're just going to sell more and more in this next year. So it's really doing more of the same with a better sales structure, more focus on process automation.
The principle we work under, if we're not feeling tension, if we're not feeling strain, if we're really not feeling uncomfortable, then we're not moving fast enough. Sure, at times, maybe we've pushed too hard, but nothing's broken. Things are still working, and we've got 2 new products coming to market this year, which we've developed in really less than a year. So everything seems to have worked.
You've got to get off your backside and go and talk to other people and find out what their aspirations are and work out what's actually going to work with you. What I've found is every conversation I have's got a golden nugget in it. It might be a small takeaway, but every conversation's got a golden nugget. Be open too, but also be prepared to give something, not just go to look to take something. And I think that's a failing of some organisations that have tried to work in a collaborative model, is it's always, what can I get out of this, rather than what can I contribute to the bigger cause.